Jailbreak seasons have given us over 100 unique cosmetic and vehicle prizes in total. But which of these prizes are the best? Which ones stand out above the rest? Which ones make the season grind worth it? I'm going to give my take on the question in this video where I rank what I think are the top 20 best season rewards of all time. Keep in mind this is all personal opinion, so it's totally okay for you to disagree with me. Let me know your favorite rewards down below in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe, and let's get started. Kicking off the top 20, we have the worn wooden toy texture. Ikleon is a fantastic skin designer, and in my opinion, this is the best in-game skin he's ever created. I was worried that it wouldn't translate well to a lot of vehicles, but surprisingly, it fits on a lot of vehicles really well. I just think the red and blue go together really well, and I like the detail of the wood underneath. And the faded paint coming off is just a really cool detail that I really like. Then we have the diamond steel rims. I don't have much to say on this one, I just think it also looks quite nice, and I'm happy the customization of it is very good. Overall really solid and really makes your car stand out. Again from season 10 we have the Rolex rims from Speed Queen. Not only is this the perfect idea for a rim, being a watch face that turns when the car is driving, but it is also executed super well, and it's just a really brilliant idea that I'm glad we got in the game. In 17th place, we have the tank wing from the most recent Jailbreak season. This is a super dope spoiler, and I'm so happy that this is free for people, as people who don't want to buy the season pass finally have a really cool spoiler. It fits on so many cars really nicely, and it makes them look a lot more intimidating. In 16th place, we have the turning key wing. Another brilliant idea for a spoiler, and they did a fantastic job implementing this spoiler into the game. I'm so happy it has a turning key animation, though if I did have a nitpick, I kind of wish that it would stop when the vehicle is stopped, as it doesn't make sense for the car to keep winding unless a really powerful unseen external force is able to hold it in place. But that's a pretty small nitpick for an otherwise fantastic spoiler. Then we have the snow face rim. I know a lot of people aren't big fans of this one, and I totally understand, but for me, I thought this rim was great. It was a perfect idea for the season being themed around winter, and it was executed really well. I'm glad that we can change the colors of the face. I would have been so disappointed if it was like the piggy rims, and it also looks really nice when the car is driving. Overall, a great rim that I'm going to be using for all my winter themed customizations. Then we have the snowstorm skin. This was added in the very first of the contract seasons, and in my opinion, it is still the best skin to come out from the contract seasons. It fits the winter vibe super nicely, and I love how well the white goes with the blue. And of course, all the snowflake details in this make this skin a home run for me. Then we have the halo. There's just something about having no rim on your vehicle that appeals to a lot of people, and this rim really pulls it off. Then in 12th place, we have the rocket spoilers. These were the first animated spoilers in the game, and they were pretty awesome. It makes your car look really cool when you're driving, and it makes you feel like you're going really fast, even when you might not be. However, a big complaint I have with this one is that the rockets don't turn off when the vehicle stops. Like the turning key spoiler, I just think it looks really weird to have the rockets going on when the vehicle is static. Besides that, I still love this spoiler a lot and I use it all the time. Then in number 11, we have the cash spitter spoiler from season 10. I think this is a really cool animated spoiler, and it fits super well on almost every vehicle, and unlike the other animated spoilers on the list, it doesn't bother me that this one keeps shooting cash even when the player is out of the vehicle, as the spoiler is not propelling the car forward unlike other ones. Overall, I think this is a pretty dope animated spoiler. Kicking off the top 10, we have the radar rims. Another great idea executed super well. I like that it's basically a better version of the Tesseract rims, and it's much easier to get. The one thing I don't like about it is how it can't work with radiant or chrome colors. Hopefully someday there will be support for those on animated rims. But besides that, I think these rims are great and easily the highlight of the season for me. Up next, we've got the blue pixel. I'm a huge fan of the blue color, so I instantly fell in love with this skin when it was added to the game. The pixels on it are just a really cool effect, and I like this one so much more than the other pixel skin we have because it's only one color, but it's different shades of blue. I've been using this skin for several years now, and I plan to use it for several more. Next we come to the first vehicle on the list, the Beam Hybrid. It's truly a shame that this is one of the rarest vehicles ever because I think it's really underrated. Sure, it's not literally the torpedo, but it's still a really solid vehicle in terms of stats, and what I love most about this vehicle is how awesome it looks. Both the exterior and the interior have a lot of detail, and this is easily one of the best modeled jailbreak cars in my opinion. Then we have the torpedo, and I know some of you guys are literally shaking and crying right now that this is not number one, but several more of you guys know that I'm not the biggest fan of this vehicle as I think the looks significantly hold it back, but I can't deny that the speed is absolutely killer on this. It has fantastic stats, and it's overall fantastic for grinding. If I were to only pick 20 season items to keep forever, I would definitely pick the torpedo, so that's why it makes it on the list. After that, we have the Volt 4x4. While I hated the old Volt bike a lot, I still liked the look of it, and I also fell in love with the 4x4 version of the Volt bike. It looks so awesome, and the size of it makes it an absolute beast. I also really appreciate the recent buff to it in July, as this vehicle's weak point was the launch and acceleration, but that got improved quite a bit. It can be a little too big for some small spaces sometimes, so that holds it back a teensy bit. Plus, the acceleration is a little bit too slow for my liking, but I still love this vehicle so much. Kicking off the top 5, we have the Celsior. I know several jailbreak players are not big fans of this vehicle for some valid reasons, but other people dislike it because it's not literally the blade or the drone but spawnable, and all I have to say is thank God those guys aren't in charge of stats, otherwise the game would be completely broken. For a spawnable flying vehicle, the Celsior is fantastic. It's faster than purchasable vehicles like the Little Bird, and the hover height is high enough that it can go over enough surfaces. It's also a great vehicle for teams as it seats 4 people. I know quite a few people are not big fans of the looks, but for me it absolutely works and I really dig the futuristic vibe. So overall, I think this vehicle is also really great and I'm so happy I got it. Up next we have the Vanta Black. While the game had black body colors before, they were always reflective and not quite as dark as people wanted them to be. However, Vanta Black was finally added in Season 2 and it was dope. Finally, the vehicles are really dark and don't reflect any surfaces, and this makes it a really cool vehicle texture, especially on vehicles like the Batmobile. This is also another must-have season prize for me, so that's why it's so high on the list. Kicking off the top 3, we have the Energized Rims. Speed Queen's second rim addition to the game is, in my opinion, still the best creation she's made. It looks so awesome and it fits on a lot of vehicles super well. For the penultimate season prize, we have the Batmobile. I'm a big fan of the Dark Knight trilogy, so I really dug this vehicle when it was added to the game, and I've had a lot of fun driving with it. I've always thought the stats of this vehicle are really solid, and I preferred using it over the torpedo as it was much easier to control. But back in July, this vehicle got buffed even more to have a really cool overdrive ability, so that overdrives the vehicle up to second place. I remember being so hyped for this vehicle when I saw it was announced, and it totally lived up to the hype for me, and I still use it 4 years later. But in my eyes, the best season prize is the Belied Eyes. Yeah, that didn't work too well, did it? This is the perfect jailbreak vehicle in my opinion, as it perfectly satisfies all criteria I have when I look at them. Not only does it look fantastic, but it also has an excellent top speed and fantastic acceleration. There's not much more that can be said for this vehicle. Pretty much everybody accepts that it's great. So for me, it easily races into number 1. Alright, we finally reached the end. That was a lot. What do you guys think? Which season prizes are your favorites? If you feel up to it, tell me your own top 20 ranking down below in the comments. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more jailbreak rankings in the future, please make sure to like and subscribe. Also make sure to join my Roblox group linked in the description, and if you're over 13, follow me on Twitter and join my Discord server. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you later.